Trust me, the number one advice is start right now. If you guys don't start right now, you're never gonna start. And the best time to start is right now, as early as possible, okay? Because if you start before 2K21, then guess what? When 2K21 comes out, you're already gonna have an audience, you're gonna rank in search, you're gonna get a ton of views, you're gonna get a ton of subscribers, and then if your channel is good enough, you're gonna blow up. Oh, NBA cases made in the USA and shipped from the USA. A large selection of high quality, super slim NBA cases, as well as some NBA 2K themed cases. If you guys would like to purchase a phone case for almost any phone model, you guys can find cases at bballcases.com. This is my own website, guys, so it's kind of sponsored, but like not really, because it's just my website. Yo guys, what is good? It's your favorite Supreme Leader, Cameron. And today, guys, we're going on another little rant about how you guys can blow up an NBA 2K21, or how you guys can just help your YouTube channel grow. You don't have to be a 2K YouTuber for this advice to apply. It's probably best if you're a gaming YouTuber, because this really applies to any single game. I definitely think I have some tips that can help you get some views, okay? I'm only here to bring an audience to your channel, okay? It is your job to keep that audience to your channel. I 100% ensure you that I can get anyone views with a good video topic and timing of the video coming out. I obviously can't just get any videos to just blow up and get 200,000 views, but there are certain topics that you can drop videos on at certain times that will get you a ton of views. But for them to stay on your channel is the hard part. And overall, that's what's up to you. But you're probably thinking, who the hell is this dude? Look at this dude. Only got like 7K subs. Bro, how is he gonna help me blow up and get 100K, bro?
Unsub, dislike.
I'm playing. Just hit that like and subscribe button. Come on now. But overall on my channel, I have 2 million total views, with a couple videos doing over 200,000 views and another video with another 100,000 views. So I definitely know how to pull views. My problem is nobody likes me. Well, not enough to subscribe anyway. At this point, I kind of pride myself in just knowing how to rank in YouTube search, and they're kind of just getting overthrown by bigger YouTubers with bigger audiences that can sustain a bigger audience and then just finesse me out of my YouTube ranking. It's so fun. But I think you guys, if you guys are 2K YouTubers especially, or any console gamer, this is gonna be a big year for us, okay? Because we're gonna get 2K21 in September, and then we're gonna get next gen in December. So we get 2 chances to blow up, okay? Here's the thing, new games will make your views spike, okay? If you do it correctly, there is no reason that when a new game comes out, your views should not spike. Here is the reason why. When a new game comes out, obviously there's an influx of audience. That part is obvious, okay? When a new game comes out, there's lots of people thinking, should I buy it, should I not, let's watch some videos on it, or lots of people that are just getting the game that really just want to watch some videos on the game. But the main factor that's going to help you guys out a lot is because there's no competition in like search results, alright? The way I got my biggest video on the channel was the second 2K20 came out. I posted a video called the best finishing badges in NBA 2K20, and because the game had only been out for 10 seconds or whatever, I made it in the demo. I was the only person with a 2K20 video, so I was guaranteed to rank in search for that topic. And then whenever someone types in that topic, I was the #1 option because I was the only option. So when a new game comes out, you guys got to be that people to fill the void of that content, okay? You want to be the first person, because then your video is going to come up in search, and then just through organic traffic, generally you should be able to outperform the people with the bigger audiences. And then when your video ranks in search, it's going to give you views forever. My best finishing badges video, that's going to be ranked in search forever, okay? Whenever someone wants to look up the best finishing badges, generally they see my video within like the top 5, and that's gonna always give me views. So to emphasize, be the first when the game comes out. You guys want to make searchable videos when the game comes out. Don't worry about trying to post the best gameplay videos or whatever. That's cool if that's what you want to do, but if you're really just trying to get views, post informational videos that are on rank in search while you can, okay? Because if you leave it too late, then there's going to be bigger YouTubers that are going to get in those spaces and fill the search, okay? If you guys can get there early, it's going to lead to you getting a lot of views. Now, that's all great and good how you can get into search easily with no competition, but how do you maintain your rank in search? This is where you guys want to go. So this is kind of how the YouTube algorithm works. It's kind of based off like 2-3 factors mainly. It's your click-through rate, how many people click on the thumbnail of the video and title, the average view duration / percentage, it's kind of a balance between the two, and engagement, likes and comments. So first of all, how do we maximize our click-through rate? So click-through rate is when YouTube gives you an impression, when it shows it on someone's screen, either through search, through the homepage, through recommended, how many of those people click through onto your video. So this is obviously determined by the thumbnail and the title of the video. So you want good clickable thumbnails and engaging titles, but the other problem with titles is you need them to be searchable, because again, as I said, if you guys can get in search, you can get views for a long period of time on those videos. Ideally, you want to balance. For example, we go back to 2K, okay? For example, let's say you post a video, I dropped 100 points in NBA 2K21. That title might have a good click-through rate, okay? But nobody is searching it. So then you're gonna get a big influx of views at the start, and then if it doesn't hit recommended, then the video is gonna die. So it might get 1,000 views in the first 24 hours, and then after that, it's pretty much not gonna get many views. But let's say if I post a video, how to grind my career badges. Let's say it gets 200 views in the first day. Let's say it gets 200 views in the first day, because let's be honest, that's not the most clickable title. Like if you see that in your recommended, you're probably not gonna click it. But guess what? It's kind of ranking in search. Okay, there's a lot of people looking for that kind of stuff. Eventually, people are going to click on that title throughout time, and it might end up with 100,000 views over the year. That's something that you want to be aware of. You want a good balance between how clickable is my title and how searchable is my title. And then obviously, you guys want good thumbnails. Okay, I'm not going to speak on how the best way to make thumbnails or whatever, but I do have a playlist link in the description, teach you guys how to make thumbnails and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to check that out, it's going to really help you guys make good thumbnails, and then you're going to get clicks, and then you're going to get views, and then it's just your job to maintain your audience with good quality videos. Now, obviously, the second step of this equation, you've got a good click-through rate now. I should really say a good click-through rate is like 20% and above. That's like amazing, okay? If you can maintain a 20% click-through rate and above on a good amount of impressions and views, that's incredibly good, okay? That's a video that's going to get a couple 100,000 views. If you get that 15 to 20% range, that's still good. Like, that's still a solid video. I wouldn't change anything, to be honest. I kind of just leave it. But then if you got like a 15 to 10% click-through ratio, that's pretty solid. Okay, it's not bad, but it's not good. You've definitely got a lot of room to improve. And anything below 10% is kind of like pretty bad, okay? That's something where you might want to be like, yo, maybe I should switch up the title, maybe I should switch up the thumbnail, maybe I should do something like that. But now on to the next thing. We're talking about average view duration, okay? So average view duration, with as long as click-through rate and engagement, it's gonna mean that YouTube is gonna give you more impressions, okay? Now, the higher the click-through rate is, YouTube is gonna give you more impressions. So let's say you have a video where the engagement and the average view duration is the exact same, and you have a video with a 15% click-through rate versus a video with a 10% click-through rate. The video with a 15% click-through rate is obviously going to get more views because it has the higher click-through rate, but it's also, YouTube is also going to give it more impressions because the video is more clickable. So then I'll be like, yo, we need to push this to more people because lots of people are clicking on it. But a very, very easy way to increase the amount of impressions YouTube gives you is having a good view duration, okay? And now this is really just up to you, how well you guys can engage your audience. Now, a lot of tips that I like to use is like all these like zooms in and everything. It is more visually appealing if you guys have lots of zooms, sound effects, good background music, all that kind of stuff is definitely going to help you guys out a lot. But at the end of the day, the biggest factor to maintaining a good view duration is going to be the quality of the content. If you're entertaining or you're doing a good job of informing people, the average view duration is going to be longer compared to if you're doing a bad job of entertaining or informing people. Now, a lot of people say the first 3 to 15 seconds is the most important part because that's where most people click off your video, which is completely true. So if you guys can make your first 3 to 15 seconds entertaining, that's pretty good. Because once you get to that first 3 to 15 seconds, a lot of people are gonna watch like the next 15 seconds and then watch the next 15 seconds, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like TikTok and Vine, why those platforms are so successful as they continue to engage the audience every 15 seconds. And it's the reason YouTubers like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, when they switch over from Vine and they make their videos just like a ton of Vine clips where they're keeping you engaged every 15 to 30 seconds, switching the topic, switching the complete video so that you stay engaged. If you guys can engage the audience in 15 seconds, that's their attention span. You need to get them within the 15 seconds. Now, when it comes to the length of the video to increase average view duration, I would honestly just make the video as long as you think it should be, okay? A lot of people say cut out all like the unnecessary parts, which I kind of agree with to an extent, unless you're that close to that 10 minutes mark, which then you may as well make the video 10 minutes. I don't know, that's just my opinion. When it comes to average view duration, I think the best thing you can do is just try and make the best quality content that you can possible, as well as try and engage your audience at the start of the video. Now, the next big factor is engagement. Okay, so engagement is the likes, the comments, how many people actually click on subscribe during the video. YouTube keeps track of all this information, and it's going to give you more views the better the engagement is. So an easy way to do this is obviously build up a loyal fan base. Okay, a lot of people do this through streaming. And just staying consistent, posting high quality videos. Obviously, the more you post, the more people are gonna start messing with you, the more comments you're gonna get, the more likes you're gonna get, all that kind of good stuff. As well as if you just make good quality content, generally people are more likely to comment and hit that like and subscribe button. But a lot of people do forget to do this kind of stuff. So a strategy that I implement in some of my videos is after the first 15 seconds, ask people, hit that like and subscribe button while you're at it. Also comment down below NBA 2K21. Those kinds of things, just get them to comment something. It will 100% boost your status in the YouTube algorithm, which is going to help you rank in search and get into more people's recommended videos. Now, as I said, all this stuff is interchangeable, and just because you have good click-through rates, you have good engagement, all that kind of stuff, doesn't mean your video is guaranteed for success, okay? If your video is on a topic that no one wants to watch, YouTube isn't going to recommend it. So let's say right now, for example, all my NBA 2K21 videos, there isn't a demand for NBA 2K21 videos. The YouTube algorithm is not pushing it. However, once we get to NBA 2K21, then all of a sudden there's going to be a demand for NBA 2K21 videos, and my videos will slowly get pushed. So what I'm doing right now, what I've been doing for like the past 2 weeks, is kind of trying to play the long-term game on YouTube, where I'm making content for the future. I think if you guys can kind of do that, get into search early, as I said, as soon as the game comes out, make some videos related to like topics that are going to last throughout the game. I think that's the best way to do it, instead of going for the cheap views, because at the end of the day, you're going to get more views, more impressions, that means more subscribers, and then later throughout the year, you don't already have a catalog of videos that are getting views, and then you can funnel those views into videos that you're more interested in, like the gameplay kind of videos, all that kind of good stuff. Now, something really big with getting views and impressions is obviously your metadata. Now, that includes your description, your titles, and your tags. So we already talked about how you need your titles to be searchable. With descriptions, as you guys can see, I recommend checking out my description as a good example. Lots of YouTubers might do this. You might see the bigger YouTubers don't genuinely have to do it because they already rank in search. But for us smaller YouTubers, if you're watching this, you're probably a smaller YouTuber, then I'm actually not sure if this makes a difference. A lot of SEO websites say it actually does make a difference, but having your keywords appear multiple times in the description should help you out a lot in getting impressions, because the YouTube algorithm is going to realize that these are the topics that your video is on, and then it's going to push it to its audience that wants to see it. Now, I structure my description the same way every single video. I write a full paragraph on kind of what the video is about, and then I have my little section where I leave all my links, all that kind of stuff, my socials, all that kind of stuff down below, then my hashtags. So I pretty much have the paragraph, and then like something that I put at the end of every single video with all the links and stuff. And then I have an ignore section where I just dump tags from other people's videos as well as my videos. So what I do is I copy my tags 3 times, I paste them, and then I search my video title, go to YouTube, and then copy other people's tags, just put their tags in once. Now, with tags and descriptions, lots of people say this stuff actually isn't that important, and looking at some of the bigger YouTubers, you might think, wow, maybe is this really necessary? But YouTube obviously has it here for a reason, and obviously even if tags weren't as valuable as they were before, my logic is if I spend all this time making this video, I want to do every single thing I can to make sure the video does well. So I'm gonna spend the time making sure my description has good metadata and that my tags are written well. Now, the way that I write tags is I want a good mix of so my video will get recommended and so that it will hit search. So the way I do this is kind of like by a bit of research. I kind of figure out what is trending in the topic of the video. So let's say I have a best shooting badge method, NBA 2K20. I want to look up the best shooting badge method, and Mike Crossember has the #1 video. I might want to copy and paste his title and a few of his tags that are very specific to his video so that my video gets recommended underneath his video. But I also want a good amount of tags that are just gonna straight recommend my video in search. So I'll break it down for you guys right now. So let's say I'm on an NBA 2K21 best shooting badge method. I want to type best shooting badge method NBA 2K21. I want to type NBA 2K21 best shooting badge method. 2K21 shooting badge method. Shooting badge method 2K21, shooting badge method NBA 2K21. All these kinds of things, anything that anyone might possibly type in search to find your video, you want to put in your tags. Trust me, it will pay off. If you go into your little channel analytics or whatever and you see those tags and you see those green numbers underneath it for a search term like 2K21 best badge tutorial or something like that, something that might be like a little, like you wouldn't think to put it in your title if you're trying to title it that, but lots of people might search it in search just for ease. Okay, those are the kind of tags that you want, because that's what I mean. Your video is going to get recommended in search, and chances are you're not going to be the only person putting those tags in, and then your videos are going to appear on people that have similar tags to you. So that's pretty much everything. I've got to talk about algorithm out of the way. Now we've got to move more onto the content side. How do you guys make as good content quality as possible? Now, first thing, I recommend you guys investing in a good microphone, okay? I wouldn't get the Blue Yeti. That's actually not a great mic. The Blue Snowball and the Blue Yeti is pretty much the exact same microphone, so don't even bother getting the Yeti, get the Snowball. Or there's that other Elgato microphone, the new one that just came out with all those little panels and everything. That's a good microphone as well. But what I really recommend you guys getting is a XLR microphone. So as you guys can see right here, I have the AT2020, the Audio-Technica AT2020. Now this is obviously by no means the best microphone at all whatsoever, but it's a solid microphone. XLR microphones are always going to get you better quality, and then you just need an audio interface or USB mixer. Those kinds of things are going to get you great audio quality. Now, obviously, it's not just about how much money you invest into your equipment. As you guys can see, I used to use a really nice camera, the Panasonic G7, had great quality, but now I'm using my Logitech webcam that's pretty terrible if I'm being honest. However, I am able to make it look pretty decent because of my lighting setup. I use 2 floodlights and I use like a big microphone. Wait, you guys can see I got that big microphone over there, and then I have some floodlights somewhere else and just like a little green screen in the background. But you don't need an expensive camera if you guys can afford good lighting. Now, obviously, a lot of you guys aren't even going to use the face cams and stuff, so I wouldn't even worry about it. I would get a solid microphone, and then please spend time learning how to edit and how to make thumbnails, okay? This is the stuff that will help you the most. If you guys know how to edit and you know how to make thumbnails, that is what's gonna help you guys the most. Now, I edit in Final Cut Pro. I use an illegal version off the internet. I have never paid for anything. You guys can probably find a version pretty easily. But DaVinci Resolve is a good free program as well as Sony Vegas. If you guys can learn how to edit your clips, you don't have to do nothing crazy, okay? Just learn how to put it together well and then do a quick little voiceover, those kinds of things. It's gonna help you out so much. Your quality is just gonna look so much better. Don't be recording it off your phone like this. It's gonna look terrible. And don't do unedited videos, okay? Please just edit your videos, cut out dead space, cut out the awkwardness, okay? Now, the best way to do this is either take clips on your Xbox or PS4 and then send them over to your iPad, your phone, your computer, and edit them up on whatever software you're using. You guys can find good apps to edit on your phone as well, and just edit the clips up. And then if you don't have a microphone, let's say you're starting from scratch, you don't have a microphone though, talk into your phone, talk into your laptop, talk into your iPad. All those kinds of stuff. Generally, most devices have solid audio quality, and even if it sounds terrible, just chuck in a nice little instrumental in the background, turn it down to a low volume so that you can hear the instrumental kind of, but not really, and then you've got your voice over the top, and it's gonna sound so good. You can have bad quality audio and chuck an instrumental in the background and it will sound 10 times better. As I said, having an Elgato and stuff is great, but you don't need it at the start, okay? You can literally just take the clips off your Xbox, put them on an iPad, computer, laptop. You can actually even edit it in the Xbox and PS4 and upload it directly to YouTube. If you have an Xbox, I'm sure you have an iPad or a phone or something like that, or a laptop or something. I'm sure you have access to something. You don't just have an Xbox, and you can find a way to edit and make thumbnails. Trust me, okay? Just put in the time, put in the effort. It will pay off. Eventually, you'll hit 1,000 subscribers. Generally, the way I find it works, okay? Let's say you start a YouTube channel right now. You'll do pretty terribly, but because you've already put in the work, your quality is starting to get solid, all that kind of stuff. You're starting to build a little bit of audience. Next game comes around, so 2K21 for right now, your views will explode and you will hit 1,000 subscribers. Trust me, the number one advice is start right now. If you guys don't start right now, you're never gonna start, and the best time to start is right now, as early as possible, okay? Because if you start before 2K21, then guess what? When 2K21 comes out, you're already gonna have an audience, you're gonna rank in search, you're gonna get a ton of views, you're gonna get a ton of subscribers, and then if your channel is good enough, you're gonna blow up. If you're watching this as 2K21 is coming out, you've already missed such a big opportunity that you need to start now, because it's not too late. The later you start, the worse it's always gonna be. So just start right now. It doesn't matter what you have, okay? If you're editing your Xbox, you're editing your phone, it doesn't matter. Just start right now. Well, that's my intro, guys. See, that hopefully engaged you guys, and now you're still watching. Yeah, guys, that's really all I got to say, to be honest, okay? Yeah, start right now. Learn to edit videos, get your metadata, your titles, all that kind of stuff in check. And as I said, 2K21, we don't have two opportunities to blow up, because 2K21 comes out, you always got that big opportunity, the big view spike, and then next gen we also have a big opportunity to go crazy. Oh, something else that's interesting is that you guys can also mess around with collabs. I actually strongly recommend this, okay? Obviously I suck at it because like I'm not the best 2K player, and a lot of the 2K guys are kind of toxic. And I'm also in Australia, so there's not too many YouTubers that I can really mess with. Try find collabs that are like similar in size to you, and then you can pull views from their name, they can pull views from your name, you can kind of share audiences. All that kind of good stuff is going to help you grow a lot. And more than anything with collabs, it might not actually grow your views that much, but it's going to grow your relevancy, okay? That's actually pretty important. As soon as your name is relevant and people recognize your name and they start to see your videos, it's a much higher conversion rate for them to click on your videos and subscribe if they already know your name from somewhere else. The best examples that I can think of is like all the people that play with like Ticino, Power, Grinding, all those kinds of guys. All the people that play with them, their names are getting mentioned, thrown around in all these videos, so they're becoming relevant. So like, when someone sees their name, it's not like a complete stranger to them. They already know who that person is, so they're more likely to click on their videos, like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. But you don't have to play with these big names like Power DF. You can go someone from across with you. Let's say he has 20 subscribers, right? People that see his videos, they don't see your name, okay? It's all just gonna play off. Think of this as a long-term game, guys. It's not a short-term game, okay? This is definitely a long-term strategy game. One thing to that long-term strategy game as well, I never look at my channel as like individual videos, okay? I've always looked at it as a whole, okay? So like if my most recent video doesn't perform, I really don't care as long as my whole channel isn't dying, okay? You're gonna go through ups and downs based on timing, how well your videos are doing, all that kind of stuff. But look at your channel as a giant catalog of videos, okay? That's my best advice for you guys to really just rack up the views. As I said right now, I'm working on that catalog. For these last 2 weeks, I've been putting out a video a day. Most of these videos aren't videos that I really necessarily wanted to get a lot of views straight away. They're more videos for the long term. As we come into 2K21, the more views they're gonna get. Especially if you guys are planning to play the demo a lot, make videos in the demo, okay? They're videos that they might only get like 500, 600 views when they first come out, but throughout the year, trust me, those videos will get 10, 20, 40k views plus, even 200k. The 200k video I've got, my most viewed video on my channel was made in the 2K21 demo, and trust me, it didn't do that well when it first came out, okay? Guys, a little bit of a rant video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. 90% of you guys are not subscribed, so hit that subscribe button, and I'm out. See you.
Rise to my lunch, turn blue. Let's go. Smoke gelato, it gon' take me to the moon.